All right. Well, good morning, Coldwell Banker George Realty. I hope everybody had a very pleasant weekend. As you can tell, the heat is just dissipating, and we're making way for the fall weather. Today looks very gloomy out there. It's kind of nice. I kind of like this weather. But with that comes the holidays. They will be upon us faster than you think. So it's very important for you guys to have all of your holiday campaigning ready and to be sent out for all of the holidays coming up and stuff. Because if you wait too long, you're not going to be able to get those out. So with that, I am going to hand it over to our affiliate spotlight today. Nicole, the floor is yours.
Wonderful. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. And I just wanted to share a quote that I heard this morning in my daily motivation that I received, or the Darren Daily by Darren Hardy. Comparison is a thief of joy. And isn't that true? Theodore Roosevelt wrote that. We live in a world where we're constantly comparing ourselves to those close to us, that are around us, family, friends, neighbors. We see people on the streets, TV, social media, right? This can build us up, but it can also pull us down. And so there's one thing that you need to remember. And that one thing is that you are better than anyone else. And that is being you. So we each have our own gifts and talents that we are given. For those of you that believe in God, you know, we all have a reason here and a purpose here. And so it's important for us to share those talents and gifts with others that you encounter each and every day. And so as we quickly approach the last 2 months of the year, which is crazy, I can't believe this year has flown by. And Ruben just mentioned, you know, it's key that you are working on your holiday cards, your holiday emails. Depending on the budget that you have, you can take advantage of many powerful resources such as your phone, your email, if you have money to mail, mailers. And so I wanted to share, I was recently at a Tom Ferry event, and he shared a powerful nugget that I'd like to share with you. And it's a 10 by 10. So basically, taking advantage of the contacts that are in your phone. Do you guys realize that 3 to 5% of the contacts that are in your phone are looking to sell within the next 10 to 18 months? What are you doing to contact them? How are you reaching them? What are you doing? Tom suggests a simple text message that you send 10 to 10 people. It takes 10 minutes, and you do that for the next 5 days a week for the next 2 months. And if you're interested in that text, I'm going to put my information in the chat. Send me a text, and I'm more than happy to share that information. I also wanted to let you know that with that text, if you're looking for additional information, and it goes with market information, what's going on in the marketplace, providing that information to them. We do have, and I'm going to share my screen on our website. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so on our website, NicoleandYvonne.com, under resources, you have the ability to come in here and look at the county trend reports, as well as SoCal Comp. So if you're looking for additional resources to find value, our SoCal Comps do require a username and password. So if you'd like access to this, also send me a message and I will get you connected. Okay. So you do have a lot of resources here to help you guys with values. I know you have your systems, and we have multiple avenues to share. This SoCal Comp report is available for all property types, residential, vacant land, condos, commercial, office buildings. You can see it's also available for multiple counties. So you can simply click on the county that you're interested in. It will pull for the current month that we have right now is up to September. You can go back 3 months, 6 months. You can also change the year. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to demonstrate residential in Los Angeles County for Alhambra. And this will give you off-market sales as well as your traditional. So it should be loading and waiting for the PDF to open. And once it opens, then it'll show all the sales that have taken place in Alhambra. It'll give the average and the number of off-market sales as well. So it's taking a moment to load. It's running a little slow. Technology, you know, we love it. So still loading. Okay, can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you can see here for September 2023 in Alhambra, there were a total of 19 sales in both 91801 and 91803. Shows the total volume and then by zip code what the sales volume was. These properties here with a little house indicate off-market sales. So these are properties that you wouldn't find in your traditional comps. So just wanted to point this out. If you're looking for information to use when you're creating your CMAs, this is also another avenue, as well as the comps that title can provide to all of you. Okay. And then going back to our resources, the county trend reports as well allows you to pull for the specific county. So let's say Los Angeles County here, it will pull up what's taken place. So again, these are all resources for you to use and stay in contact with your clients, sending them that text message or giving them a phone call, just being present and letting them know that you are here to help. Okay, so here's the trend report. It shows single family and condos, median sales price, the residential unit sales. And again, this is for August. It's in the process of being updated to September. So these reports are available on our website, as well as in our weekly email. I usually post these at the end of the month. Okay, so I just wanted to remind you that you do have a lot of options here. We are here to support you, give you the guidance that you guys need, and would love to partner with you. If you're not working with Yvonne and I, we would love to work with you and give you the guidance that you need. We believe in you, and you have the power in you, and you're the one that's responsible for your destiny. And I thank you again for allowing me to be the spotlight this month, and wishing you all a fantastic day. Thank you so much. And please remember, when you're writing up your contract, to specify Nicole and Yvonne Fidelity National Title for your title team. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yvonne, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Nicole.
It's okay.
Nicole, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Peter. You know what? It's fine. I get it all the time.
That's in my mind. Yeah, Nicole,
it's okay. Same family. That's good.
Sorry. You know, where did you get that those information, and how updated are those information regarding the comps?
So that information is gathered from the county recorder's office, as well as other services that we have access to.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the trend report, that's updated twice a month, as well as the so the SoCal comps, and then the trend report that's updated twice a month, typically the 15th and 30th of each month.
I see. I did. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
How does it compare with the CRMLS data?
So we all gather our information from CRMLS, and I know because I just had an email over the weekend, they were confused with the vesting. The information that's put out by all of the data providers, sometimes there are errors, and that's why we put all information deemed reliable but not guaranteed.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
so I know with CRMLS, a lot of times they don't have accurate information. Clients will reach out to us and it's different than what we are showing from title standpoint. So I highly suggest if you're only using the CRMLS that you reach out to Yvonne and I or your favorite title partners to verify the information that you have looked up is accurate from CRMLS.
Okay.
Okay, because we
All
all
right.
use different data providers. And I think ours is, the title seems to be more comprehensive at times than what CRMLS is putting out there.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Also, Nicole, that data can also be shared on all platforms, right?
Yes,
So not only on PDF, you can convert that data to be shared on your social media.
correct. And we also do have another resource for those of you that are receiving our Altos report. That's a weekly report with what's going on in the current marketplace, how many listings there are, what the average list price is. If you're not receiving that report, again, send me a text or an email or give me a call and I'll get you set up. That's an email that's generated each week, and you can use that information to push out to your social media as well, or email.
That content that you're talking about, Nicole, can it be branded to the agents or is it branded just to yourself?
It's branded with our information, but if the agents want it branded to themselves, then yes, they can, but they would have to pay a membership, a monthly fee for it. I'm actually paying for it and utilizing it myself and sharing it.
Or if you're savvy enough on it, like for instance, Instagram, you just put a little emoji or something in front of
Exactly.
Nicole, right?
Exactly. Or if you
No.
know PDF, you know, Adobe, you can remove that info and put your own. So if you're savvy enough, yes.
Not that I want to put anything in front of Nicole's face or her Fidelity National title, but if you want to, if you're struggling with content and you're on a daily basis, what do I post? Everybody's struggling with that because you don't want to be redundant, but that's a good way to get content for your social media platforms.
Right. And then remember, always Fidelity Agent, there's content in there in the premium, which we've done a training class. And if you don't remember what that is, let me know. I'm more than happy to help. I can definitely give you direction for content so that you're in front of your clients.
Thank you, Nicole, for your continued support. So all these tools are here for you as an agent. Utilize them, okay? That being said, I'm going to take it to Mark Wu with insurance.
Good morning, everybody. Hold on. Good morning, everybody. Mark here with AMS Insurance Agency. I'm here to assist you with your home and your condo HO6 policy. Know that it is an extremely challenging market in the insurance industry. Many companies have pulled out. There's not a month that goes by where I hear another company restricting the availability of it. I still have standard carriers. Sometimes the proposals do take several days, up to 15 days to get, depending on how challenging a home I'm dealing with. But we can always get insurance, so that's the good thing. Just as buyer agents, you need to prep your buyers with a new day expectation. That it's no longer they can get insurance at the last minute. They have to be active as soon as the offer is accepted, because if there is an issue, we need to be able to have time to navigate through that. Again, I've been able to help several of your agents that kind of like had issues with their current carrier. There was a Arcadia agent that basically was still waiting many days, and they were ready to close. In fact, I believe we're closing today or tomorrow, and Doug gave them my name, and we were able to, fortunately on that case, do it within same day. So you're to help. Won't get the best prices, won't get the worst. We'll get what the market affords. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. As he's helping me with the situation that I'm going through right now too. So he's here to help you guys. So utilize his services by all means. All right, let's move on. John Wax, what's going on with the world of NHD?
Good morning, Ruben and Peter and Coldwell Banker George family. Michelle reached out to me, asked me to cover one of the areas of the NHD report, which was the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. Basically what that is, it's a management act that gives the water districts guidance on how to maintain and grow underground water levels over the next 20, 30 years. If the parcel's in that district, then what it means is that the local water governing body is restricting the use on certain things and make so that the water is maintained and managed over these period of years so they don't lose water. Some examples of this are they're limiting the restriction of watering your lawns, using it for washing cars and things like that. They're trying to make sure that there is enough sustainable groundwater that's uncontaminated, and that's what that's all about. That's what that's all about. The other thing I wanted to remind you of is that remember that you guys are doing and supplementing your income with leases. You have to get the NHD lease report. Snap NHD has the free lease report. I'll be happy to go over that with you. It's just a flood zone only report. The landlord must tell the tenant if the property is affected by flood zones. And another thing is that you should order your reports at time of listing. When you get your title report, you get your NHD report. Order your Snap NHD report. There is no charge to you or your clients. It's risk-free. If it doesn't close escrow, there is no charge. And also remember that Snap NHD has the FHDS card form in the reports so that if you have questions, your client has questions on how to fill it out, you go to the professional part. And I hope that I'm a part of your team to answer those questions and help you fill out the form appropriately, understandably, and so that you can move forward in the transaction. Oh, and then lastly, Snap NHD has the wildfire disclosure report, and it's not just have to be in a transaction. You can order that report for your own property to find out what the forest fire wildfire risk is on it, and to find out what you need to do in order to mitigate any damages that could come from the risk of forest fires. It's a great report. It is not mandatory. It's $140 more, and it's paid the same way if it's in the transaction, the same way an NHD report is paid for. If it doesn't close escrow, there's no charge, but it has a lot of great information in there. And then I have agents that are getting it. They're not selling their homes, but they're getting it to find out what is the forest fire risk on the property that is affecting their premiums, and how can they lower the risk on the property and maybe get a discount on their premium because they took those steps. Biggest tip to you, wear your badges, have cards, pens, appropriate documents with you, because you never know where the next deal is coming from. And just be out there. I'm gonna go with Nicole. Be on social media. Text people on your phones. How you doing? I'm here for you. Just let me know if I can be of any assistance. Just be available. The whole thing is about being available, especially during the holidays, because the real estate industry goes in hibernation. You're going to lose probably after Halloween a good 25%. After Thanksgiving, more than 50%. So just be visible and be helpful. The more helpfulness that they can get from you, they're going to really like it. And then they'll come back to you when they need real estate.
John, I have a question.
Yeah.
On the underground water, so it's on commercial land.
Okay.
Does that mean, and if you don't know the answer, that's okay, but let me know later.
Okay.
It just brings up a point. Are they allowed to drill a well? Not that in this case we would need to, but that's the big question that comes to my mind if it's sitting in that kind of area.
Right. What I would do is there is a link in our reports, but there's
Okay.
also a link for the water management.
Okay,
And I would click on that and see if you can get your answer through them.
okay,
And if you can't, then come back to me and I'll be happy to work with you on that. But
Okay,
I
thank you,
think
John.
that there are links in the report that do
Yeah.
assist you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you, John, for all that wonderful information, informative news. And let's move on to Ann Cho with our top escrow.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. So as you guys know, I'm with Top Escrow, so please contact me for any escrow services. But I guess I just wanted to find out if everyone heard about that new law California passed, the AB 1033. You guys should definitely read up on it. California just passed a law to allow homeowners to sell their ADUs as condos.
Wow.
Each local city government will need to opt in. And based off the readings that I've been reading so far, the homeowner needs to create an HOA. And it needs to be for, yeah. So it's very new. They just passed the law last week. So you guys definitely should read up on it. I think they're trying to combat the crisis that we have in California, which is the affordable housing, because prices of houses is just too expensive. And reading on some of the articles, it looks like most of it's going to be probably the first sales that happen with this will probably be home, family members selling it to other family members. But as I was reading, it's interesting. It can be an ADU. It talked about even space inside your own living quarters that you can sell off as a condominium. So it's fairly new, so I don't have too much information, but I think as agents, you guys need to read up on it because as you guys know, homeowners are not developers. So I feel that a lot of it is going to be the people that own these homes are going to lean toward agents to ask them for guidance. So I think this is a good topic maybe to look into because it's fairly new. It just happened last week.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this new law is easier said than done, and there's a lot of fine prints there that you have to,
I know.
you have to look for, and it's not that easy to
Right.
subdivide within
Correct.
that.
Separate
And there's a lot of
taxes,
requirements,
easements.
so I don't think the agent should volunteer any information.
Right.
They should refer it to a developer or attorney.
The HOA attorneys.
Yeah,
So in my
to
opinion,
look at
yeah,
it.
I agree. But
Do your
my opinion,
homework first before you jump into it.
correct. But
Thank
like I
you.
said, I think
It's not that
finding
easy.
a local HOA attorney, like referrals or people to guide them to the right direction. But of course, I think agents are going to be the first one that homeowners touch, right, to ask about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Wow, this is crazy. California. I don't know what to say. I don't know how they're gonna do it. It's how do you share the driveway or garage and
I agree.
the APN. There's a lot of things they didn't think clearly
Yeah.
before passing this law, but
I agree.
we'll see what happens. We'll
Yeah.
see who's the guinea pig first,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
And maintaining the HOA is by itself a daunting job, okay?
Correct.
And insurance.
Correct.
too.
Yeah.
Because what if they slip and fall? Whose fault is it with insurance? It's all in the same parcel, so.
Right. It's
know.
like they become mini developers, which is
Yeah.
scary. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Wow. I gotta read up on that one. Well, thanks for that information, Ann. Let's move on to Unita Wu.
Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everyone. This is Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, the 13-month home warranty. If you guys need any home warranty, please do let me know. What Ann was saying about the condominium, the ADU, I just had a conversation today with a team meeting. So if you guys are doing, have one that somebody that sell it, do the condominium, please let me know because I could give that as a condominium pricing. We need to separately to purchase them instead of adding it before like as an ADU because technically it's no longer an ADU because it's going to be a separate ownership on that. We do going to be changing a brochure coming up soon. I just want to give you a little bit extra coverage that we're going to have. We're going to have an extra sprinkle system. Outdoor kitchen is going to be added. We're also going to be adding the homeowner insurance deductible up to $1,000. These are all the extra that we're going to be having for the agent and also for the client. So please reach out to me directly if if you do need any home warranty. We're still 13 months home warranty, so we give additional 1 month free. Our trade call fee is still $75, which is the lowest right now for the home warranty. And I do speak Mandarin, Indonesian, and English. And reach out to me. We're here to help you. The difference between me and any other home warranty company, we do have a concierge. So for example, if Cecilia have an issue with their claim, please reach out to me directly. This is why we're here, the professional, to take care of your claim directly. Please do not try to call the 888 number. Try to call me first, and I will submit to somebody in the concierge department, somebody in the claim manager, so they could call your client directly and get it resolved, because you don't want to talk to 10 other people, right, about the same issue. You want to just talk to one person that have a power that could be able to push that claim for you, so you could look good, and then we could be able to move forward in a safe time. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate you guys, and Halloween is here, so everything about us is orange, so I'm so happy I got so many orange stuff here. Thank you. See you soon.
And Unita, you also have your brochures in different languages, right? In digital
Yes.
too? Digital too, right?
Correct. We do have a Mandarin, Spanish, and as well as English brochure. So if anybody needs it, thank you, Ruben.
If you could send those to me digitally, I can forward it to all the agents. They can have it readily handy for their clients.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I think that is all the affiliates we have for today. I'll let them, give them a minute real quick, couple seconds. Yep, that's it. Okay, so moving on with couple updates and events. Birthday shout outs for this week. Earl Carlson and Henry Gia, happy birthday. I hope you guys enjoy your birthday week. I'm sorry?
Said happy birthday.
Oh, okay. Reminders for this week. This Wednesday at 10 a.m. we have our 8th CRE Win commercial class. So there's only 3 remaining. So make sure you see it all the way through. That'll be this Wednesday at 10 a.m. Also this Wednesday at 1 p.m. we're going to be having a lunch and learn with Frank Delgadillo with CMG Financial. And then also Friday's training, we're going to be doing some role playing this Friday. Peter's going to be joining in as long as also with Michelle. And we're going to be role playing how to speak with prospects, rental prospects, what to do, what not to say, and how you should approach a rental prospect. There's been a lot of recent legalities pertaining to income, disability, pets. So it should be a pretty good class. It should give you some insight as to how you should speak when you're screening a rental prospect. And then some upcoming events, actually not events, but just some reminders. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there are some caravans with PFAR and Arcadia. So make sure you allocate a little bit of time to go check out the inventory, mingle, see what's out there. Also, pertaining to the holiday campaigns, start working on that right now. Make sure you send your prospects. If you don't want to spend on a postcard, at least start building your campaign for your emails or your texts. Put a little, ghost in there or something like that. Just make it so that you put a smile on their face or something like that. If you do want to do postcards and you don't have an account with a platform, there's one called Wise Pelican, okay? Wise Pelican. And they do not do any minimums. So if you don't have a huge sphere of influence, you have a small budget, whatever, you want to send 50 cards. There's a lot of platforms that do minimum by 250 postcards. These will do no minimum. So if you want to just send one, you can do that. And they'll generate the postcard for you. They'll mail it and do everything for you and stuff. And they're pretty good looking and stuff. So it's called Wise Pelican. And then lastly, I sent out the initial e-blast regarding our holiday luncheon for this year. Yep, it's that time already. November, I believe it's going to be November 17th, Peter?
17.
November 17th. It's Friday, okay, from 12 to 3. So I hope to see everybody here. I'm going to be sending out 2 or 3 more reminders, but set your date for November 17th at 12 o'clock. Okay, we're gonna have turkey, ham, drinks, all the festivities. I love to see everybody in person. Okay. Doug is not here with us today to go over Arcadia business, so I'll go ahead and go into the new business for Alhambra. New listings for this week. Sunshine Galvan, she has a residential listing in Los Angeles on Avenue 30. I think it's Mount Washington area for 1,050. Also Gustavo Enriquez has a residential listing in Chino for 968. Emilio Campos has a business opportunity in Pasadena. I'm not sure what type of business, but you might want to call him if you know of anybody that's interested in purchasing a new business. That's for $325,000.
It's a taco stand, Ruben. It's a
Brian,
taco restaurant. Sorry.
oh, is it really? Where about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is it at, Brian?
It's on Orange Grove and Lake,
Orange
next to
Grove.
7-Eleven.
Huh, okay. What's it called?
Peblos Tacos.
All right, okay. Well, if any of you know anybody that's looking to buy a taco stand, there you go. 300.
Or taco restaurant.
Taco restaurant. Okay, taco restaurant, my bad. Taco restaurant in Pasadena, okay, for 325,000, okay? Contact Brian, are you helping Emilio with it?
No, I just familiar with the area.
Got it. Okay. Well, if anybody's interested or has a client that's interested, contact Emilio Campos, okay? New escrows for this week. We have Michelle Olsen has a referral that she closed on Selma. And let's see, Ruben Galvan has a new escrow in Laverne for 800,000. Emilio Campos has a commercial escrow in Los Angeles on Division Street for 530,000. Janet Tapia has double-ended a lease in Los Angeles for 36,000. Nina Shu has a residential. Nina Shu and Sophia Chow has a residential escrow in Los Angeles for 375,000. And then last but not least, Richard Wang has a lease in Temecula for 36,000. So congratulations to all those agents, both listings and sales. Great job. That's all I have for today. I am going to hand it off to Peter for his weekly update. Peter, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ruben. Good morning, Co-Banker George. I hope you had a nice weekend. I know it's very difficult to stay sane with all those bad news going on with the world, you know, different wars breaking out and a lot of instability. But I can assure you, you know, United States is still the safest place on the planet. So be complacent or be happy where you are and just make the best out of it, okay? But meanwhile, you have to stay healthy, both physically and mentally, okay? So I would advise you to have a positive attitude and also get your flu shots and also your COVID shots, okay? Because the winter is coming and it's going to be a lot of bugs going around, and so it's important to protect yourself. I did my flu shot last week, and I'm going to do my my COVID booster shot next week. So that's how I protect myself, and you should do the same thing. All right, with that, I would like to share my message today, and I'm going to give you a little bit of the legal update, which I occasionally do that. And as you know, there are a lot of new laws going to be effective beginning January 2024. And there's a few that's related to the real estate that we should be aware about and concerned about. Let me tell you what those are. Now, the first one that I want to talk about is the security, the Assembly Bill 12, which deal with the security deposit. As you know, for the residential properties, The current laws allow you to get 2 months for the security deposit for unfurnished apartments or unfurnished residents, or up to 3 months for furnished apartment. But because of the Assembly Bill 12, that's no longer valid. You can no longer do that. The maximum that you can get is 1 month security deposit, 1 month's rent for the security deposit, no matter whether it is furnished apartment or unfurnished apartment. And it applies to all the residential properties. Unless there's, there's an exemption, unless you are the landlord, what we call the small landlord, which is defined as that you are a natural person or a limited liability company with all the members as the natural persons. And then the second requirement is that you own no more than 2 residential rental properties, and collectively you own no more than 4 dwelling units for rent. And the exceptions for small landlords include the family trust. So if you have a family trust instead of an individual, that also apply. But if the tenant is a service member, in other words, if they are servicing in the military, then it doesn't apply. You cannot claim the small landlord exception. So for service members, the security deposit cannot be more than 1 month's rent, no matter whether it's a furnished apartment or unfurnished apartment. And if you are holding the 2 months security deposit or 3 months security deposit, for now you don't have to reduce it to 1 month. You can still have your grandfather in, so that you can still keep the current security deposit. Or if you want to beat that deadline, you raise the security deposit before July 1st, 2024, because that is the day that this AB 12 come into effective. The second one is the Senate Bill 567. As you know that like couple years ago, California passed the AB 1482. That is like a state rent control ordinance, where you cannot increase the rent by more than 5% plus the CPI increase. But because of the Senate Bill, the 567, that this will further curtail the landlord's ability to increase the rent. I don't know why this is really necessary, because a lot of local cities are already giving more strict requirements on the rent control, and this Senate Bill, the 567, puts even more restriction on that. But anyway, that's the law. You have to abide by that. And also, if this bill to further restrict the just cost of to evict the tenants to 3 categories. One is that you want to take it back as your own use, or you want to have a extensive remodeling, or you want to get out of the rental market completely. Now, but if you claim this kind of exception, and then later on the tenants move out, and then later on the tenant find out that you are not doing what you are promised, and then the tenant can sue you for actual damages, and it can sue you for 3 times the actual damages, and also reasonable attorney fees and legal costs and everything. So this is a hefty penalty if you don't keep your promise. if you use this just cause as your way to evicted tenants. Okay. And the next one is the Assembly Bill 1620. It gives you a certain options in a certain situations where the tenant is living in a rent control unit. Then when in that apartment complex, if there is another units that has a better accommodation for that disabled tenant, for example, if the disabled tenant is living upstairs and there's a unit downstairs where they don't have to go upstairs, then this disabled tenant can have the option to move down to the downstairs apartments without any extra cost or any subject to any increase in rent. Now the process will only be available to the tenants in the rent control units, and also they have to satisfy the conditions that the tenant has to have a permanent physical mobility related disability, or live in a unit that are not served by an operational elevator. That means if it's upstairs, downstairs, and they don't have operational elevator, the tenant has to go up the stair, by themselves. And also the conditions that there's no delinquent rent, and also that the apartment is situated in the jurisdiction that has opted into the AB 1620. Now, the next one is Assembly Bill 1033, which Ann Cho mentioned a little bit earlier. This is the bill that allowed the local ordinance to adopt an ordinance to allow the ADUs to be sold as a separate unit or as a condominium. Now, right now, the current law is already you can rent out the ADU, but this bill AB 1033 goes further. And then you can use it as a separate condominium unit, provided that you comply with all the subdivision rules of the DRE, and also you have to comply with the Davis Sterling Common Interest Development Act, and you have the approval of the HOAs, and then you have to give a proper disclosure to the tenants and also the lenders, and there's a lot of requirements that you have to go through. So this is easier said than done. The intention is good because this will theoretically alleviate the housing shortage, but in fact it's a daunting process for a single owner, which is not a developer, and they have limited resources and then limited knowledge. And if they have to go through the same thing as a developer would do in a common development project, and their subdivisions and all that, all that requirement, and it's not easy. I'm telling you, even the developer has sometimes has headaches and difficulties in getting the entitlements and then developing into a separate condominium. So you can see that for a single non-experienced owner, it is a daunting process. But nevertheless, this is the bill that allow you to sell the ADO as a separate condominium unit, and provided that you do the proper subdivision and also comply with the other requirements that is imposed by DRE and the local ordinances. Okay, and the next bill is the Senate Bill 267, so this 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 bill allowed the tenants to have an option to prove that they are eligible the tenant instead of like depending on their credit score. Right now the general process of checking the tenant's credit is by looking at their credit score. If they have a trick credit, for example, if they have a credit below 630, then forget it. This is not a good credit tenant. So you have the right not to rent it to them. But now, because of the shortage and everything, and they want to protect the tenants that who are receiving the government rental subsidies, such as the Section 8, they propose this bill to provide the tenant with an option to prove that they are able to pay the rents. So instead of relying on the credit score, they can show the landlord the ability to pay. Now, but this ability to pay is kind of ambiguous, because how do you document it? How do you prove that he really has the ability to pay? That each individual tenant has their own expenses and their own obligations and all that. So it's kind of difficult to really tell the landlord and saying that, hey, I earn this much, so I no problem, I can pay the rent. And it's difficult to verify. But nevertheless, this Senate Bill 267 allows the tenant to have an alternative to prove that they are eligible tenant, that they can pay the rent. But nevertheless, the landlord still can request information, documentations to verify employment or the references, or to verify the identity of the person. Okay, so that still valid. It's just that the landlord cannot totally depend on the credit score in order to determine whether the tenant is qualified or not. And the last one is the Senate Bill 712. I don't know. This is crazy. Senate Bill. They prohibit the landlord from prohibiting the tenant from owning personal micro mobility devices, from storing and recharging up inside the apartment. Now, those micro mobility devices include the bicycles, scooters, hoverboards, skateboards, and also the electronic counterparts, such as the e-bike or e-scooters. So actually, this law allows the tenant to keep their mobile, micro mobile device in their apartment. And I mean, it's another slap on the face for the landlord, because a lot of times the landlord don't want to have those dirty mechanical things be in the apartment, because it can be very dirty. It can be damaging to the carpet and damaging to the inside the apartments, and when the tenant leave, it's going to be a big mess. But nevertheless, this Senate bills allow the tenant to keep their micro mobile device in the apartment. And so, and another interesting question is that, can the landlord prohibit a tenant from storing a bike on balcony? Because most of the HOA, they don't allow tenants to store a bike in balcony. But whether this will be included in the Senate Bill 712, that is unknown. So that's unclear. So but anyway, it needs to be seen. And I think it's one of the laws that provides a lot of ambiguities and really not necessary. But nevertheless, your legislators making the laws. So what can we say, right? So we just have to comply with it. All right. So I hope that will give you a little bit glimpse of the new laws in the 2024, and You know, if there's any question about it, you're welcome to come to me or go to Ruben, and we can help you out a little bit. Okay, is there any questions so far? Any question about the law?
Today.
Oscar?
How you doing? Yes, I have a question. I think it was Bill 1033 about nonprofit organization building an ADU
Uh-huh.
in order to be sold. I wonder how that's gonna work.
Again, what? I'm sorry, what's your last question?
Okay, because I think it says there that if you want to sell an ADU, the ADU had to be built by a nonprofit organization.
No, you can, it doesn't have to be nonprofit organization. You as a landlord or the owner of the unit or condominium unit, you can do that. But provided that you can comply with all the requirements of a subdivision, you have to disclosure requirements and all the necessary things that are you have to comply with the city ordinances.
Oh, okay, because that got me a little confused. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that all the ADUs have to be built by a nonprofit organization in order to-
No, that's not true.
Okay,
You can do it if you own apartment units or condo units, provided you comply with all the requirements. As I said, it's easier said than done, when you come to, you have to comply with all the requirements that a regular developer has to do, it's not an easy task. Okay, Oscar?
very well. Thank you, Peter.
Sure, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You know what, Peter, I don't have a question, but I want to ask your opinion on two aspects of that same topic with the selling off your own ADU.
Yeah.
One, in the current times that we're in, homeowners are having a hard time getting insurance on their home.
Yeah.
How are they going to get a master policy for a condominium that's on their property that they're trying to separate parcels and sell off?
That is a very good question. That's another hurdle that they have to go through.
Right? Because the law is the law. If they implement a law, how is an insurer gonna insure that?
Well,
Right.
they have to insure just like the HOA
Right, a master
or
policy.
condominium units where you have to insure the common area and you have to insure the inside.
That's gonna be a difficult task.
Yeah, of course. The premium can be very expensive.
I want to ask your opinion on that same subject. When a homeowner separates a parcel and sells off the condominium, right?
Mhm.
How is that it's gonna devalue their property, right? Because their property is
It's
not gonna be
possible.
10,000 square foot, it's gonna be,
That-
let's say 7,000 square foot. So how is the assessment gonna be played out with that?
No,
Yeah,
I had the same thing. I was saying, okay, if I have a single family residence and I sell my ADU as a condo, does that make my property a condo now?
yeah.
I think it does.
absolutely,
It
yeah.
will.
And
Yes, it
most
will.
some cities will be hesitant to
Yeah.
to
Opt in.
allow that.
I
It's
know.
still- It's still the option
It-
for the city to opt in or opt out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not a
For sure, for every
for
city,
sure the
right,
thing. Yes,
right.
that's right, Annie.
It will probably be in the areas where they need the housing affordability, but like, San Marino's gonna say
Yeah,
no.
yeah, there you go.
San Marino, Arcade, like all these areas. So it's gonna be, the first ones to do it will probably be in the areas that need the housing. But yeah, these are all the questions that I'm running through my head too, about the insurance. What about the financing?
Yeah,
And same thing,
Yeah.
does my house become a condo? I think it will be.
yes,
Mhm.
that's right.
Oh, there's another aspect. If you don't have all cash, which lenders are gonna adopt that
Correct.
into their policies? Fannie and Freddie Mac is probably gonna say, hell no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I said it's easier said than done, and this
correct.
appear to be a good thing, but when you look in the fine print, it's not that easy.
And the logistics, right, the
And the
logistics to
logistics.
do it, it's hard.
Right.
They have to share that driveway as well too, right? That's another problem.
Yeah, easements, just example, even like when I used to sell home at Toll Brothers, I sold undetached condominiums, but we had to make every homeowner sign a trash can exhibit.
Yeah.
So, because there's gonna be issues with the person in the back house bringing the trash can in the front, where are they gonna put it? They're gonna get into an argument because it's in the way of the driveway, it's gonna make their house look ugly. So
Right.
there's so many little things that are gonna come into play.
Right, right.
Just alone the devaluation of
Correct.
property and
Yeah.
is the tax assessor gonna abide by saying your house not worth $1 million now, it's only worth 700 because you took
Correct.
away
Yeah.
74,000 square
Really.
foot of your lot.
Yep,
Are they gonna reduce their tax bill?
yep,
I doubt it. I doubt it, right?
you're right.
So let me ask you this question. Has any city adopted it yet that we know of?
No, literally, it's so new. They just passed it last
passed
week
it.
on Monday or Tuesday or something.
Mhm. Yeah.
Alright, well, you're gonna, and since you brought it up, you're gonna be our go-to, okay? You're gonna.
Yeah,
get-
yeah. Like I said, I'm actually gonna connect with the HOA attorney. And then I also have a loan officer from city talking with their underwriter about this. So any new findings, I will let you guys know.
All right, sounds fair.
That's a very interesting subject.
Yeah,
Ruben, I sent you the article on that too during the
perfect.
meeting.
I'll send it out to all the agents who, if you guys want to read up on it and stuff, but it's interesting to see how this is gonna play out. I don't think the lawmakers thought this clearly.
No, that's a
They're-
problem. A lot of the lawmakers, they don't really think it out before they introduce. All they want to do is introduce new laws and for their own benefit, you know?
Yep, they want to put it on their
This-
resume that this is.
Yeah.
It's just like in Florida, how they had that law about the, foreigners buying, like the Chinese people and stuff. They set the law in place, but they didn't give any guidance to the agents or
Yeah.
anything. And of course, everyone else had to scramble to figure out the logistics. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the same way.
Yeah,
Oh.
I
Just a
agree.
comment. Typical politicians create the chaos. They are thinking about something without deeply think about the whole pictures,
Yes,
Yep.
and I go through just what you said. Every and each bill is so ambiguous,
yeah,
create a lot of ambiguities. They tell you do something, but they did not give you the really clear guideline. And how can you improve with that? So and also the real question is regarding the SB 712. Is that including the EV, electrical vehicle?
electric vehicle, those are not mobile,
So it's the tenants like to say purchase the EV and they like to install all these kind of additional.
inside the house, inside the apartment? No, those
No,
are cars. It's got the
outside.
micro mobility devices. They have the definition of mobility devices. It has to be like scooters, a skateboard, the electronic counterpart of it.
Yeah.
Not an electric car. No, no, you cannot.
No, I see some people put their EV outside, and they pull a plug, from inside the property, and park the car inside on the driveway,
On the
And,
on the driveway is okay. I mean, that's
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah.
place you park your car,
Yeah.
but not inside the
No.
not
Yeah.
inside the room, not inside the. But
Inside
now
the garage.
the
Yeah.
712, it says that you can actually put that mobile units inside the room, inside the bedroom,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think this kind of law
It's stupid, right?
I won't say stupid, remind me a law passed maybe 40 or 50 years ago in city of Vernon. City of Vernon, there are lots of industrial warehouse, and I believe it's 40 or 50 years ago. They said by 2000, say maybe 10 or 15 or sometime like that, each and every industrial buildings, you have to provide adequate parking. Now, how can you do that? Those burdens, there are lots of old warehouse, so they have a law over there. They cannot do it. So when I look at that law, I say so stupid.
Well, how about the ADUs are gonna be built on top of a garage, or the garages are gonna be converted into ADUs? Where are they gonna park? Because they
Well,
can.
that's-
use the
that-
driveway,
tho-
the
those-
space-
That's why you have to comply with the requirement of subdivision. There's a lot of requirements, okay?
Yeah,
You know what this is gonna cause? It's gonna cause more cars to be parked on the street.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
It's gonna
right.
reverse, it's gonna
You're
reverse.
right.
It's gonna reverse what they've been trying to do, is to get
You're
them
right.
Yeah,
off the street to avoid theft, but I
Yeah.
mean, if you sell, for instance, my house, if I built an ADU and I sold it off as a condo, you're gonna, and that condo is gonna have 2 or 3 vehicles, well, where are they gonna park?
yeah.
yeah, some cities don't let you park on the street, or they'll give you a ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
That's
these
good.
are all questions that I don't think our lawmakers took into consideration when they were passing this law.
mhm.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Any further questions?
Any further questions?
All right.
If not, then I give it back to you, Ruben.
All right, well, that concludes our meeting for this Monday. Hope to see you guys next Monday for our next meeting. All right?
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you to all our
for being
affiliates.
here. Have a great week. Reach
Bye.
out.
Bye,
Information in the
everyone.
chat.
Hey, guys,
Bye-bye.
have a nice day now.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.